Salute, salute, salute. How is everyone doing? I want to thank everyone who came in and liked already. Got 21 of those. Let's keep that going. We got 14 people in the building. Let's see who it is and what it is and what's going on. Oh, the dopest nerd is in the house. Oh, fabulous. Hey, sis, how you doing? Hey, Auntie Leah, what's going on? Good to see you. Okay. We got Pat Blair in the building. Oh my goodness, we got Yvonne. We got Mochichi. Shannon's here. All right. Who else do we got? It's looking like it's going back to regular names now, huh?
Regular what? Yeah,
Regular names. It's not,
yeah. The ats. It's not the. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they were doing all that.
I don't know. Maybe they were just evaluating or something. I have no idea. Our people are our people. They don't have to worry about finding no care criminals over here. So yeah, here we are. It's time for another update.
Yeah, yeah. It's real. Very interesting.
I really wasn't expecting to be online today at all. I wasn't. Um, for those of you who know me, and for those of you who know anything about me or my life, today is my son's 32nd birthday. May Giovanni live long out there in the world, not in this physical place, but out there. I just spent this morning earlier, just being grateful for his life. And he's hey Valerie, welcome. He's become one of my greatest teachers. I've learned a lot about myself and how the world works. Yeah, I didn't gain a bunch of weight. This is just one of my rompers. It's funny. Why do people think that I don't have like more than one of these? Hmm. But people think a lot of things. You
Yeah,
know,
you
it's
gotta let them think.
it's not what people think that bothers me though. It's what people believe or what people allow themselves to believe or what they allow themselves to get tricked into. Hmm. This case, it gets more and more interesting as the months go by, doesn't it? It's kind of weird, this case.
This case, yeah,
Hmm.
I find it. I find it very interesting. The the thing about that, what I just sent you, the truth, tell the truth, Blackbird. There was an
Hmm.
account on Twitter,
Yeah,
yeah, called "Tell the Truth Blackbird," but
I've
the
seen that
the
account, by the
the
way.
at handle says Dim Hadley lied. That's the at. It is at
Mm-hmm.
Dim Hadley lied. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
bias maybe, I don't know.
Mm. It's worse than that. Let me see if I can pull up another picture. Um, it's like the account itself. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it good, but she actually used a picture of the alleged assault
Yeah, as a thumbnail.
as the thumbnail for the picture, as the profile picture. Like to make it a little clearer. Let me see if I can find another.
Well, let's just break it down,
Well, hold on a
and let
second,
me
because
just
I
because
just I just want to give a better picture of yeah, that's that image. That image is what was used.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. And the
Now,
person
I
that
pulled that up for a reason, and we'll get to that in a bit. Go ahead.
no, I'm showing. I am showing the thumbnail and the Twitter account
Mm-hmm.
of this account, and who this person is and who this person is attached to is very interesting. I do
Mm-hmm.
believe that the CEO of Rock Nation claimed that there was a hidden online social media group that was spreading misinformation about the lawsuit, and she said it was a
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy if I'm under that understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But the irony is this person who's running this account, number one, it's funny of when they started this account, so we'll talk about that. But the person running the account is a person named Heather Wilson Vinson, who's
Vinson, yes.
married to well, that's her married name. She changed her name,
Well,
but
let's make it a little more clever than that. Just don't throw it all out there. So you have this
okay,
woman, her name is Heather Wilson, and well, Heather Vincent. And then you also have a woman, her name is Jessica Caddy.
yeah,
What do Jessica Caddy and Heather Vincent have in common? You know, those two last names are so different. You know what I mean? You wouldn't what do they have in common?
well,
Well,
the commonality. I mean, Wilson and Caddy, there's no connection.
you mean Vincent and
Look at the
Caddy.
last names, but Caddy is not Jessica's maiden name. That's her married name as well. Jessica was born Jessica Wilson. And for those who don't
Mm-hmm.
know, Jessica Wilson is married to a man named Stephen Caddy, who runs a company named Sig Nine.
Sig Nine, which was featured in Defending Your Freedom, the Demore Hadley story.
Yeah.
Sig Nine, the very company that was a part of staging the effort to corral Demore Hadley into a car, pretending to be the crisis unit. Wow, pretending to be the crisis unit for a you
For
know
the hospital that
mental a mental health division of a public hospital where they were imposing the Baker Act on her,
yeah,
all put into motion by Dr. Bober.
yeah. And it's on the Defending Your Freedom episode, where they are on the body cam footage assisting with Dr. Bobar to have her Baker Act bid.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I got knocked out for a second. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, and I was just checking because something completely pointless just happened with my
Well,
phone.
I could barely hear you now. You sound real okay.
Hello?
You sound okay. You're better now, but you were
Is
sounding
it better?
muffled. Nope. I mean, you can take
Okay.
the headphones off because I'm sure everybody hears me fine. I'm sick of hearing, oh, it sounds like blah blah blah. So I took the headphones off. So you should be able to take the headphones off, and people should be able to hear you just fine. Yeah, because you sound muffled.
Okay, how about now?
That's better.
Okay, headphones.
Yeah, you don't need the headphones.
So yeah.
So again, Heather Wilson, she changed her name to Heather Wilson Vincent after marrying Earl Vincent. Jessica
I know.
Caddy was born Jessica Wilson. She changed her name after marrying Steve Caddy.
These are the Wilson girls.
Wilson sisters.
Like Wilson Phillips without the Phillips.
Yeah, Wilson Caddy Vincent. How about that? Yeah,
Hold
they
on
they
for
are
one more day. Things
they
come
are
to change.
sisters. They are sisters. And the funny thing is Heather runs a she runs an organization. It happens to be a social media what was it? A social media company or social media management company, I
Well,
believe.
basically, what she does is she's a social media marketer, and she guarantees companies that use her services that she has the ability to get them a 700% return on their investment with her for, optics and all kinds of things. I mean, to be able to make those kinds of guarantees. I mean, that's the kind of thing you would have to have like great social media knowledge
I mean,
to
you'd
be
have
able
to
to pull something off like that. You'd be able to have to understand how algorithms are manipulated, how they are used, the right timing, all of those things, the perfect brand association, ad tie-ins, all of that stuff. Like basically, you would have to almost be able to guarantee that you had the formula to make things go viral.
yeah. She calls herself a brand strategist.
Mm,
And yeah, she has a firm called the Brand Strategy Tank, and it specializes in brand and social media management.
mm,
And she
wow.
does this for the city of Eureka Springs in Arkansas. So yeah, she has like contracts, government contracts, things like that.
Wow.
But the funny thing is this Wilson, this Miss Wilson person, she communicated to the authorities that she was a concerned citizen
Oh, from
who teaches
Arkansas.
right who sometimes teaches classes on AI.
Wait a minute.
And then
Wait
look,
a second.
Rock Nation denied any connection to Heather and Desiree.
Hold
Hey, don't
on.
you find that funny?
No, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Because you're moving a little fast for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know how I do. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let's back it up. Let's slow it down.
No, because you're always rushing things, and I understand.
Well, sometimes you got to get in what they want real quick, and then we could kind of because this ain't this ain't even the craziest of it all, right? I mean, come
Which
on.
is part of the reason why I like to slow it down. In my opinion, I think the reason why so many people get confused with a lot of the information that they hear and that they see and that they get from online is because people are so busy rushing through it. People's attention spans have gotten so short. And sometimes, even though you think you registered what you've heard, maybe you haven't registered to the gravity or the depth
Yeah,
of what you're listening to, which is
yeah.
why I prefer to slow it down. And not only that, let's just be clear. We almost got 200 people in here and we still have under 100 likes. Now, the
Oh
new
yeah, we gotta
rule
get them
is
likes up.
on this channel is I would like it if we could make 250 likes every 30 minutes. I would appreciate that. We're almost 15 minutes in. I haven't said anything yet, but we're a little behind. Now, more than 250 people have come into the room. I'd appreciate it if you take the time to like, because see, what we're doing is something that a lot of people don't do. We're actually showing actual evidence.
Receipts.
Yeah.
We got the receipts. We got the receipts. We got
Like
the
this video,
receipt. We
like
got
this
the
video,
receipt.
like this video.
King Snipe. King Snipe. Oh, Teen
We got the
Snipe. Teen
receipts. We
Snipe.
got the receipts. We got the
Teen
receipts,
Snipe.
right?
Teen Snipe. That's gonna be my new joint. Teen Snipe. Teen Snipe.
You know, seriously, honey, Mojiji, I don't blame you because there's so much information that gets passed around online and it happens so quick. Sometimes you're not even sure of what you saw. You hear something, you saw something, you thought you saw something, you thought you knew something, whoopty whoopty woo, whatever have you. And yeah,
So
it gets
so yes.
confusing.
Excuse me for moving fast though, but yeah, I just was like, let's get out the gate and
Well,
hit
I
them
mean,
with
I
that.
know
But
you
we
were
can
used
walk
to
it up.
doing radio and radio format, but this ain't radio, honey.
Well,
And,
I know.
you know, it's a little different. And even though our podcast episodes that we do are much shorter, when we get here, this is different. We're here with the family. We're here to make sure that they're getting everything, that they know everything, that they see everything, you know? We don't need to be in
Yeah,
so much of a rush, but I would appreciate it if we could get to that 250 like, you know. And hopefully the information that we're sharing will be enough to encourage you to want to do so.
yeah, because we're not done.
Like the whole purpose of us coming and doing these updates with the family is to make sure that the information is informationing, that it's being heard, that it's being seen.
I mean, y'all can hit in the chat from what y'all heard so far. What do y'all think? Because I mean, when I saw this, I said, "Wow,
It's
this
wild.
is nuts. This is nuts."
Wild. Sure wild. Super
Y'all
duper
hit the
wild.
like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like.
Well, no, you have a sister that is a part of a management, security team that somehow, moonlights and, pretending to be crisis units for hospitals in Florida. And then you have another sister who specializes in pretty much online media manipulation and also teaches classes on AI.
Hmm.
See, that's the part that really, and has a government job being able to
Boom.
do, manipulating all of this media stuff. But in Arkansas, now don't
Hmm.
get me wrong, I understand a lot of people have come to become very familiar with the Hadleys. A lot of people, since the lawsuit hit, all of that, understood. Got it. But this this story has been, suppressed on so many different levels, and there's so many people that I know that haven't even heard anything about it, know nothing about it. So I'm just trying to figure out, how do you become a concerned citizen from Arkansas in a case that's happening in Florida unless you have some kind of direct knowledge of it in some way? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. 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 It's wild.
Like, more importantly, yeah. Okay, you know what? Go ahead, start unpacking it. I'll jump in later because
You might have to send me that file I sent you. Not the JPEGs, but the other ones. But don't worry about it if you don't, because I got it. I have to I didn't want to mess up this live and kind of have to send it to myself.
Oh no, hold on a second. Wait a minute. I
But
think I know what you're talking about. Documentitos.
yeah, because
El documentes. Hold on a
when
second.
I
Hold on
when
a
I when
second.
I converted this when I converted these files, there was a bit of
A
there was just a little
kerfuffle.
bit of an issue, just a few little issues. But the main thing was just to get the visuals and
Okay, well here we go.
because you
I
see the
don't know if
dates.
you were able to.
and not this phone, but the other phone, the original phone. So
Well, see,
um
if I have to leave here, I would have to
no, but
go.
then don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together because I didn't have the pages.
Is this what you? This is what you got going on here, right?
I have that one, yeah. But you have yeah.
You have this one.
Yeah, I have them. I have those, but I wanted to read them for myself because, I mean, long story short, this is just th- this is information that they submitted to the court, and I wanted to read everything essentially, what was on the docket, but we don't necessarily have to. It's basically
Well, did you
just
email it to me?
no, 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 don't worry about it. Don't worry about it because I didn't want to again speed through, and I didn't want to get anything incorrect. You know how they look. It's very important that, especially in these days and time, you give the right information and you give it in its right context. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
with this
You know what
photo
I
that you
can
see
do?
here,
Hold on a second. Let me just pop out of here. I'll be right back.
no, don't worry about it. I got it. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So the shout out to their investigative team because they did an excellent job. They basically, debunked what Rock Nation was saying in regards to there being no connection between Desiree and this concerned citizen.
Mm.
So the detectives, the investigators determined they basically, pulled up this post right here from the Tell the Truth Blackbird. I like how some people call themselves truth tellers and they proclaim the truth, but they're always lying, especially on social media. So I think that's a code. Like if they say tell the truth, or only person that say tell the truth that I believe is Dr. Megan, right? But she's not on social media. But you got truth teller this and you got tell the truth
Well,
Blackbird,
I mean,
and they
I
just
recognize
lying.
it in my life because usually, anytime people start playing with that, it's because they're trying to gaslight the truth or
There you
gaslight
go.
people into believing something opposite of the truth. Like, for instance, people started saying, "Oh, Jag is a truth teller. Oh, Drag is a truth teller." So all of my opposition and all of my ops decided to create accounts calling themselves truth teller this, truth teller that, truth teller this, truth teller that. Yeah, it's wild.
So she
But yeah,
calls
people
herself
tend
a
to do
truth.
that.
She calls herself Tell the Truth, but the handle on Twitter is Dim Hadley Lied. So Mrs. Caddy is part of the lawsuit with along with Desiree Perez and Sig Nine and a bunch of other people,
Dr.
Dr. Vogel,
Bobar and
Broward County
Broward,
Sheriff,
yeah.
some certain people in the police department. But Miss Caddy was has court orders to um,
Refrain.
it refrains her from using social media, but Miss Wilson and her family, they're free to use social media. Um, and it looks like Miss Caddy has used her sister, Miss Wilson's social media to slander the Hadleys. Miss Caddy, in her act of feeding her sister's information about this case was blatant and intentional. So you can see what this post right here says. The only thing that comes up in the last couple of days is the security company filed an extension for more time in reply to Hilton's filing opposing their request to dismiss the case. And Hilton Napoleon filed a response against the South Broward Hospital district motion to dismiss the case. I haven't read it yet. We'll get to it later today. Security company may be dropping things not yet public. Remember, Demore went in in the truck with, well, I guess it says went into the truck with them. We don't know what came out of her mouth. So what is that implying? What is she trying to imply there?
Well, I mean, I think what she was trying to say was that, you know, the more I knew why she was getting in the truck. She knew. Like it's the when I read it earlier, the language of it all, it just made it seem like, oh, she knew that she was supposed to be being taken into custody. She knew she was crazy. She like that was just how it was coming off to me.
Mm.
Like we don't know what was said. We don't know what she said. She's saying this, she's saying that, but it's sad when you see people go to these lengths to create this kind of confusion because they don't want people to know what's really going on. Number one, if you look at these images, the one that came from the news and then this other one,
Yeah.
where did this other one come from? Because this didn't come from the news.
No, that's straight from the body cam footage, and they state that in a lawsuit. I mean, in the yeah, they state that she had access to all types of files. You want to get into that?
You want to know what I find funny? They filed a motion to exclude the body cam footage,
But they want to include it here.
but they want to include it here. It's weird. It's really
Well,
weird.
for those who don't know, the picture that you see is from the Tell the Truth Blackbird Twitter, and it says in the news, Demoria Hadley voluntarily chooses to go in the truck. Her dog is with
Voluntarily.
her. Her dog is with her. No, if y'all saw Defending Your Freedom and you saw that officer say, hey, you gotta go. You gotta go with them.
Either you get into the truck on your own, free
Or
accord, or
we'll
we
put you
had
in
to
there.
handcuff you.
Yeah.
And Tabore said, I don't want to be
Okay,
handcuffed.
you're too far away now. Go ahead. We can't barely hear you.
I said, and Demore said, I don't want to be handcuffed. I don't want to be here.
Exactly.
I just want to go. You can't go. Either you get into the car on your own, or yeah, we're gonna take you in. We're gonna get you there. So we're about 125 likes short.
Y'all gotta hit that like button. Y'all hit the like button. We got a lot more. Let me finish with
These
that
images
tweet.
you'll understand better later.
Let me finish off with the tweet because basically,
Okay.
she was saying that she voluntarily went into the truck. Her dog is with her. And then she said only a service animal will be allowed. So why does she need a service animal if she's mentally healthy? She isn't physically disabled. It's a
Wow.
joke, not kidnapping. And then she had the nerve to hashtag justice for them.
Well, she made sure she hashtag justice for them. So anybody that's researching that hashtag would have no choice but to find her post. It's advocating for the
And
other
then
side.
she cropped out. She just happened to crop out her sister in this photo that she used. She's trying to influence the public's opinion. Like, come on. Like being very deceptive.
Yeah, but somebody who works in tech and somebody who works in social media, especially somebody who markets their social media and tech services, I mean, for her to be good enough to be hired to do it for a state, she's
Well,
got pretty credible.
let me tell you something about these tech companies because I did sue a tech company back in the day, and I had an email that, for whatever reason in discovery, they did not want to include that email. And when I sent that to my lawyer, that was like the smoking, and they were like, "Wait, how come they didn't include this email?" It's a long story, but overall, I'm just saying they can be very deceptive, especially people who, try to run tech stuff. Like once an email is sent, it's sent, it's out there. But to make their story look better, it's like, well, don't include that one email. Don't do this. This is the exact same thing. She's number one lying, saying that she didn't get footage from, or she didn't use photos or footage from the body worn cameras, and then she cropped out her sister.
It's funny. They like all of the evidence when they can find a way to manipulate it for their side. But anytime they want, the truth to be suppressed, all of a sudden it's, oh, no, no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that should be inadmissible.
See, this situation with the Hadleys and what's going on with Rock Nation, you guys really should pay attention to this, because I'm hoping it'll set precedents, but I want people to just really pay attention to the lengths that certain individuals will pull. And don't think it's over. Honestly, this trial needs to be pushed forward to at least February or March, at least, because having it 6 months out and stuff like I don't know. I don't
What do you mean
trust.
6 months out? It's not set for a year from now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, a year out, but I'm saying at least we should be looking at this case should be out within the next 6 months. Like, I mean, this case should be seen within the next 6 months. That's what I'm saying. I just
So
don't
what you're
trust.
saying is they should push it up on the docket.
They should. They should.
What would be better is if it were just dismissed and Demore's case go forward, like all of this other stuff that they have going on. What they should do is they should just settle. They should settle. That's what I think. I think they should say, you know what? We don't want this to go any further in the public eye. We should settle. Because if it doesn't, it's just going to get worse for them.
I mean, the NFL is looking bad because of their involvement, because of the Stephen Caddy character in his company. I mean, yeah.
And now Stephen Caddy's sister-in-law is harassing Demore online.
Yeah.
Like, this is harassment. It's just as
It is.
simple.
It is.
It's no different than what Laura Getz was doing. It's harassment.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is that it's the time in which this account was created.
Oh, speak on it.
Because this is not an account that she's had. This woman, Miss Vincent, Miss Heather Wilson Vincent. That's such a last name. Wilson Vincent. Is it son? Is son? Interesting.
Oh,
Um,
son.
but see, Demore's screen name on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it is Blackbird. That's
Ah,
actually
I
her
didn't peep
screen
that.
name.
I didn't peep that.
See, Demore Hadley's screen name is, I believe it's Little Blackbird.
I didn't peep that. Wow. Okay.
So it would be a hell of a coincidence for Jessica Wilson Caddy's sister, to also have a Twitter handle that's Tell the Truth Blackbird. It's funny. That would have been a hell of a coincidence. Unfortunately, it's not a coincidence because her account was created, I believe it was the day or within days that the lawsuit was filed. So Demore's lawsuit was filed. It went out on the docket. People started finding out about it. They went on the news. They started interviewing with content creators. We got on board within the first 2 weeks of this lawsuit being out there. Like I got interested in it about a weekend when I first started seeing it get traction, and then when we saw it was on the news, I'm like, we got to follow this thing. Then that's when the punch video, started being circulated around social media. We jumped on it. BJ jumped on it over at BJ Investigates. Um, oh goodness, I don't want to mess up his name. Xavier Speaks, is it?
Xavier.
Xavier jumped on it. Salute to him. The Impressive, which is a large content creating platform here, million subscribers. They followed our stories and collected bits and pieces from all of our stories and did their own presentation on it. So this is all through May, leading into June. The request for the gag order came late May, 3 weeks. 3 weeks in, there was a request for a gag order. I guess once they realized it was going to get traction, they wanted to shut them up immediately. We're still 100 likes short, and we're past that 30-minute mark. I'd appreciate that. 100 mark. But seriously, so this account was created as soon as the lawsuit was filed. Now, you guys know what a subliminal, what they call subbing people, doing subliminal attacks on people.
Yeah.
See, it happens to me all the time. People have accounts, Jag liar, Jaguar wrong, Jaguars dead career, Jaguar ain't this, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. That's called a subliminal attack because they're using my name and attaching something negative to it to piss me off, to inflame me subliminally. Now, somebody might look at it and see it and have no idea what it means or where it comes from, and they just see it as a name or they just see it as a this. But the person who it's attached to knows exactly what it is, and it's done intentionally to inflame and create emotional distress for the person who's being targeted.
Right.
You understand that? So, Demore has been Little Black Bird on Twitter, period. That's her handle. Been there for a while. The day that her lawsuit gets filed and registered and becomes public knowledge, Tell the Truth Blackbird instantly becomes an account. As soon as before it got traction in the news, before it went to NBC, before it made it to any of the content creators here on YouTube or on other, still, it made it there before any of this. Now, how likely is it to you guys that that's a coincidence? Miss Wilson Benson decided to sub Demore Hadley, especially considering that the account is Tell the Truth Blackbird, and the avatar, because and this is why I like to take my time. I don't like to rush it. I like to, okay, I want y'all to pay attention. That's the avatar. And this is before that video was actively being circulated. I want y'all to think about what I'm saying. Before Demore was able to make it to the press, before she was able to make it to media, before the story even got any real legs, it was filed. That was it. It was filed. Boom. And this account with this image, Tell the Truth Blackbird, and the at is also very specific. What is it? Demore lied? If I'm correct, isn't that it?
That's it.
Tell the Truth Blackbird, Demore lied with this inflammatory picture attached. Truth will set you free. Interesting. I'm just, it's absolute slander. And considering she has a background in media, in social media, and she teaches courses on AI. How funny. Because on this channel, we did a full breakdown of that video. The first one that went out. Oh, y'all, we fixing to cook. Y'all gonna have to up these likes. Y'all gonna have to up these likes, like for real. Like y'all tripping. Because nobody else here is gonna take this kind of time to really walk y'all through this and make sure that don't nobody miss nothing. Someone who teaches AI videos, someone who lives in Arkansas, someone who happens to be a relative of the security company that gaslit Demore into that vehicle to be Baker acted with lies. Let's get it clear. The evidence that they were using, that Sig9, this company was using, and Dr. Bobar was using, was that they had eyewitness testimony that Demore tried to unalive herself the day before using pharmaceuticals. Am I right about that? I'm not getting it wrong, am I, honey?
No, that's correct.
This is what they said. An employee of Rock Nation was one of the verifying witnesses that this information was true. Someone that hadn't seen her in God knows how long said they saw her overdose on the pharmaceuticals. And this is what made this company and Dr. Bober jump into action. And let's not forget, just a couple of days ago, maybe I need let me see if I could pull that one up because I think that I still got that one here. Yeah, I think I still got that one here somewhere. Where is that? Where is that interesting post? Oh my goodness, I don't.
Speaking of interesting, wouldn't this make an interesting Lifetime film or at least a Tubi movie? What y'all think?
I mean, it sounds like a Lifetime movie. Where is that picture of the doctor with his friends? That social media post. Why can't I? Do you have it?
With the sheriffs, I might hold on, but
I thought I had it here. I don't know what happened to it. It's crazy how things just keep getting by me. I could have swore I had it on deck.
Ugh.
Oh well. We'll get back to it. Now understand it was this company that called Demore's business line, Demore and Javon's business line for their landscaping company to get, an evaluation on a job so that they could come through and give an a, make a bid, an assessment on how much the job would cost, right?
Yep.
That's how they got her to leave her home to come to them in Dania Beach. They called their business and said, we would like, if you would come in and give us an appraisal on, this work that we're trying to get done here. Whoopty whoopty woo, yada yada yada. Okay? So they called and lied. Security company. They lied and pretended they wanted them to come to this secluded location that was owned by a friend. Doesn't one of the people that's associated with the security company Sig9 actually owns that property, correct?
I believe one of the participants in this kidnapping mentioned that on um, on body cam. Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
So they called their business, lured them to a private location, ran, owned, and controlled by them, along with this doctor and his merry band of we lock you up if we want you to be crazy people who are sheriffs in Broward County. I want you to think about that. Under the false pretenses of work, but as stated on the body cam footage, which you can see on Defending Your Freedom, Dr. Bober is standing there very, yeah, well, she's not right. I think what is she's out of her mind or something like that. Yeah, we're gonna bake her after. We're gonna bake her after. Him and his Baker squad. Very Britney Spears smelling, isn't it? Very Britney scented. This is what they're gonna do. The evidence that they have is that they have eyewitness testimony that people saw Demore the night before, people that have not seen Demore in at least a year, saw her and knew that she tried to unalive herself taking pharmaceuticals and she had OD'd. And that's why they needed to take her in. Oh, the lies. Oh, the lies. Let me count the ways. There was nothing in her system. She volunteered to be tested. Lie number one. Number two, the people that said that she had done this terrible thing to herself hadn't even been in her presence. So they lied. But Dr. Bober said that he shouldn't be included in the lawsuit because everything he did was in good faith. While they were corralling her to convince her to get into this unmarked truck that allegedly belonged to a legitimate mental health ward at a county hospital, she asked them to call her actual therapist. They spoke with the therapist on the phone, and the therapist said there's nothing wrong with her. She is not suicidal. This isn't in her character at all. I'm sorry. Now, it wasn't on camera because Dr. Bober had walked away while he was on the phone with the actual doctor who had seen her, been seeing her for years. He says, "Can you help me out here?" But he says all of this is good faith. Lie number three, and the simple fact that the security team that was put in position to help him enact this, along with Broward Baker cops, Baker Patrol cops, sheriffs, or whatever have you, they called her an hour and a half away almost from where she lived under false pretenses to get her to go along. Oh, and let's not forget, they knew exactly where she was every step of the way because the other security team that lived across the street that had been following her and surveillancing her had a GPS on her car. Am I missing anything?
No, you got it right.
Hmm. So, yeah, now we got the sister of one of the people who's involved in this lawsuit who helped orchestrate all of this unlawful detainment, using this image. And the footage belonged to Desiree Perez and was submitted to court for the purpose of arresting Javon Hadley and having him charged with DV. The sister starts a Twitter account the day the lawsuit is, or the day after, or somewhere around that the lawsuit was filed, and went public using this image. Subbing Demore's handle, Tell the Truth Blackbird, and using the ad, Demore lied, this image. You know, Demore was recently sanctioned. Demore and Javon and their attorney was recently sanctioned because they were accused of starting a malicious social media campaign against Desiree Perez and the other defendants in this case. They said that they got online and started a vicious attack, and they implored all of these, you damn right God said no, all of these different content creators, including us here, to come after them and to defame their character and to try to make monsters out of them. That's what they said. We didn't start reporting on this until it was made public. But Heather Wilson Vinson, sister of Jessica Wilson Caddy, started an account the day or the day right after that this lawsuit went public, subbing her and posting at least 5 posts a day, correct? I
Yeah.
think just her herself has posted somewhere between 280 to 290 posts since May. An account that just started. You want a recap, baby? You just came in.
You said I just came in.
No, Poppin, she said she just came in. She
Oh,
didn't want
popping.
to stop
Okay.
the flow. We are doing
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
Justice for the Hadleys update today. Yeah. So basically, there's a new filing. And this filing is Demore and Javon and their attorney, Mr. Napoleon, filing for contempt and asking for sanctions, which they should, especially considering what they found. So, do you want to pick it up here for a second so you don't fade off into the backdrop?
I mean, no, you were doing your thing. I essentially, you already know where I was gonna go with it regarding, this guy here, and I mean, you were taking it different places. Give
Yeah,
me
no,
one
I
second.
just wanted to make sure that the details, and I also want to make sure that the likes are liking. We're a little slow on these likes. We should definitely be at 300. But I just wanted to make sure, and then you could pull up the documents so that they can get a better idea, because you have access to the documents now, correct?
No, I don't.
Oh, not yet? Okay.
No, I don't. But don't worry about it. Yeah, but essentially, yeah. I hold on one second. Might be able to pull this up. Um, basically, y'all look this person up, who Heather Wilson Vincent is. You got to look up this person. Uh, her husband is a retired cop, I believe.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Wow.
That's why I said the rabbit hole is deep. That's why I was like, we can like, just this whole them responding is a big enough story, but the details that's within the story is crazy. What's the name of her company again, y'all? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on. Why is this should be gang banging on me right quick?
And
Um,
understand this, everything that we're saying and everything that we are showing is fair use, backed up by our First Amendment, right? All of these,
sure is.
all of this is accurate information, also mostly public record.
Yes, it's public records now.
And yeah, should not be confused with tabloid gossip or folly at all in any way. And we are also not asking anyone from our platform to go and harass anybody on social media or otherwise. We are not doing that.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that they accused them and had them held in contempt for starting a brutal social media, campaign to slander and to be negative. And the day this lawsuit got started, one of the actual defendants enlisted her sister to come in and do that very same thing. Because that's exactly what they did. The lawsuit hit, and then the next thing you know, boom, this account shows up with this inflammatory image. And Demore is a liar, or Demore is lying. Hey, Alina. I find it very interesting. Very interesting. Why is it that the people that are always doing this crazy crap are always accusing people of doing what they're doing? It's
Mhm.
always that way when it comes to the devil. The devil is always the first one to accuse somebody of doing what they're doing. It's always extreme deflection. And people just get away with it. This woman's been sitting on Twitter for months. And the thing is this, even though she doesn't have a big follower base or followings, because it's a new account, because of the knowledge that she has with how to manipulate social media and how to make social media work for you, and the way she strategically started using the Moray's hashtag to attach it to her very vicious, and misleading posts, that it was able to reach a lot of places. Traction might not be as heavy on her channel as it is out there, but it's definitely out there. And all she would need are a few subscribers who have much larger platforms to share it as well. And then those numbers go up. You know what? Sidebar, before we go any further, while because you're going to try to retrieve the documents if possible so we can read through a little bit.
If possible, yeah.
Okay, well then let me take this time because there's something that I want to pull up to you guys. I want to show you guys something. Okay. And you guys, you should remember these images because I think this is going to be a very important part of the story as well. And this is why I collect what I collect and I do what I do. All right. Now, you guys remember this? This is the image. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get. Where is it? No, I think this is, yeah, this is probably going to be the best of it right here that I can get on this screen. And you should be able to see it. Okay. So if you guys remember, do you see here in this image where the blur is? Do you guys remember that? The blur? Because in the initial video that went out, don't forget, you're not supposed to be able to show DV, and SA acts openly on YouTube. It's supposed they're supposed to snatch those videos down right away, correct? I mean, you did one of the bums fighting, and didn't they come after you real quick for that, Odell?
Yeah, they up and took that down. I got a
They
strike. Yep.
they took it down and they gave you a strike because so you're not supposed to be showing these images here on YouTube. And in this initial video, when we did the recap, remember, I was showing everyone and I didn't slow the video down. I played it at the rate that it was presented, and then I showed where it had been manipulated, which is why there's another content creator that showed another version of this video and played it all in slow motion to make it harder for you to be able to keep up with how it was being manipulated. That wasn't smart at all, Toots. Actually, it was kind of just dumb. And it was dumb for one good reason. For moments like this, I need another 150 likes. I really do. I hate sitting here giving up the goods and ain't nobody giving me no love. The easiest way to support this channel is by hitting the like button. It would be great if we could get 1,000 likes every video, but if all we can get is just 500, that's still good enough to make sure that they know we're here in the algorithm. Please hit the like. Don't turn me into one of these trolls that sit here begging for likes and begging for cash apps. Like this video, like this video, like this video. I don't want to do that. Y'all already
Team
know I'm
snipe,
giving you the
team snipe,
goodness.
team snipe, team snipe, team snipe, team snipe.
You know what I'm saying? One good subliminal attack deserves another. Now, like I was saying, the initial video that we broke down, there was the moment where you could see Javon coming out Demore was there, then there was the backing up, then it went further back to the room, and then it was boom, there was supposed to be contact, but instead there was a blur there. And the reason why it was blurred was because you're not supposed to be showing violent, explicit fights and stuff like that here on YouTube. It's supposed to go against the guidelines. Matter of fact, the second that you show it, they're supposed to snatch it down, just like they did on Odell's channel, which we just talked about, just like they've done on multiple videos. So I always find it interesting when YouTube is very strict when it comes to some content creators, but they let other content creators go. Just like the rest of us have to sit around and say unalived and have to say great to keep our videos from being demonetized. But people like Candace Owens, they get to say the red rum, they get to say the M word, they get to say the R word. And apparently their monetization is fine and they never get bothered at all. It's wild because there's another content creator that I know that said that Candace Owens actually knows the people, that knows how to go after people's videos and shut people's down and how to turn her video up. And that's why she's been so successful. Really interesting, but I ain't gonna put that person out on Front Street. I'm pretty sure. Oh. So listen to me. This is the initial video that was being passed around YouTube. We did the AI breakdown. Demore sat down with us and she explained us everything. And she explained that I was like the only content creator that was able to pull out all of the glitches and see what was this and what was that and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and yada, yada, yada. Y'all remember that. She said it in the interview when we sat down and talked with one another. So what I'm trying to figure out is this video that came out a week, well, that was circulating moderately well on YouTube and a few other social media constructs. This is the initial video. Blurb. The blur was there, correct? So tell me something. Why is it that 3 weeks later, hmm, this video, we can see people in your background, just so you know. Y'all see that? Does that look blurry to y'all? Does that look blurry to y'all in any way? Because this was 3 weeks after we did our breakdown video. 3 weeks after. We did our breakdown video, and the video was up and it was blurred. And then another content creator came back and decided they wanted to jump in the mix and they wanted to try to debunk what we did here on this channel. And then they played a whole nother version of this video clean with no blur. And it was funny because when I watched their version, which was definitely very different than our version, they had cleaned it up. The point of contact, everything, it looked so much clearer. Like I said, this video was shared 3 weeks after the initial. And the video that I showed, I grabbed from another content creator, edited and broke it down, gave him his credit as well. And we did the breakdown. So the first image that comes out is blurred because you're not supposed to be showing any of this. This is the way it looked. This is the context, the color, and the discoloration, and all of that. And then the next thing you know, 3 weeks later, we got a whole nother version. No blur. So tell me something. How? How, Sway? The initial version that everyone got had the blur in it, all of that. And you can go and you can look at the timestamp being edited and all of that. And as you see, there goes a piece of it right there. So my question is, why was the robot allowed to broadcast a violent video where there was alleged contact of violence? And the video's still up. Hmm? Not only that, if everybody else got the blurred out version, where did she get the clear copy from? Because the clear copy, oh, that, see, there's a reason why I put this up first when we got started today. No, the robot isn't one of the Wilson sisters, but what's very clear is the robot has been in contact with at least one of the Wilson sisters. Let's pretend that Desiree Perez is too busy to be running around, you know, chatting up content creators herself. I wanted to really make sure, and we could use more likes. Please don't be afraid to like. We want everybody to know what we over here discussing. Like I said, this is the version that everybody else was passing around on social media when they were busy trying to defame Javon's character. This is the image. It was blurred. The video was blurred, especially at the point of contact. Next thing you know, 3 weeks later, we get a whole clear copy with no blur. See, I guess because the blur kind of slowed down people's willingness, you know, they wanted to make sure that people believed he did this to her. So they unblurred it, but I'm just trying to figure it out because if so, then that would mean that this is an image of the violets. And if it's an image of the violets, then that means that YouTube should have taken it down. So why didn't YouTube take it down? And by the way, I don't think I've seen this on any other content creator's channel. What I do know though is that the robot goes onto the Twitter and does a lot of disinformation. That I can say for a fact. I can say that for a fact because she did it with me. When the lawsuit of naming me as a Diddy employee hit, and she did a video here on YouTube saying, "Oh no, Jag was in jail, whoopty whoopty woo." But while she was doing that here on YouTube to protect her channel, she was still over on X lying, trying to convince people that it was real. Now I want y'all to look at these images here. Desiree Perez. Okay, so look, here we go. Desiree Perez created an item October 4th, 2023. This is when she was using this old footage from January 16th, 2022. Are y'all really paying attention to the data here? Because see, this video was from January 16th, right? 2022. Now, she didn't make it an item. Desiree Perez created an item October, what's that? The 4th or the 6th? I think no, October 4th, 2023. She waited a year and a half. Now, see, let's remember Demore was still working at Iconics at the time. They were still trying to use the job to manipulate her away from her relationship, to manipulate her away from her life, her family, the family that she was building and creating. 444, yeah. Demore didn't get fired until after all of the arrests. What was it? Because I believe Javon had, it was the arrest at the farm. And when he got out and he bonded out, she was fired from her job after that. This woman, this mother of hers, literally sat there and kept putting pressure and pressure and trying to manipulate and tried to manipulate. And when the manipulation didn't work, she got old footage, had it AI'd, in my opinion. And the people who are in it have agreed with my opinion and verified my opinion and explained it in detail. See? Punch. And then there's another addendum. See, she re-edited it. Do y'all see that? See the first one, October 4th, 2023, she created the item. Then it says Desiree Perez added an item to. Now, this is the thing. And Odell, I wanted to ask you this as we're examining this document here. I don't know if you're able to jump in right now, but if you can, whenever you can. She already had the video. The video came from surveillance cameras that she was in control of. She had the data. It was created early October. And then it says, look, she added an item. So now we have two different videos. Okay? Of the same thing. We got two files. And then we go back and we see October 25th of 2023. Desiree Perez renamed an item. This is personally what I think. Because, see, there would be no need to rename an item at all. Like, if you have an item, if you have the metadata is secure, the metadata is intact. It is what it is. So, whatever was on that first item, that was the original legitimate item. But then she added an item with the same title, slightly different labeling, but the same title. And as you can see, the two files are different. Okay? Whatever she had, the original item, it was in that format. But the next item came from some kind of video editing imagery packet. Are y'all following me? Same video, two different metadata formatting packages. Why would you need to have two versions of the same thing? I'll wait on them likes. I'll wait on them likes. Why would you need two versions of the same thing? And more importantly, if it was just two versions of the same thing, it wouldn't show up in different data formats. Odell, you the IT guy. Am I talking crazy? I just want to make sure if you could corroborate at any point in time. He must be viciously looking for those documents to pull those documents through. Hmm? Am I making sense, or am I talking tooth fairy nonsense? I'm just curious. I want to see who's going to debunk this. There would be no need to have two different formats. I'd make a great detective. Oh. See what this looks like to me is that she went and she grabbed the original clip from the video. And then apparently the video was ran through another program. I don't know who you're talking about, sir. But if you're gonna come through here, can you, you know, I don't know who you are. No one's talking about. We're talking about justice for the Hadleys today. That's what this update is about. You must be confused or something. Bye, Jimmy. See, this is what you call receipts. Now, like I was saying, Ms. Ack, I don't know. I don't know. He could be talking about anybody here. Bye, Jimmy. Have a blessed weekend. Shabbat shalom to you. I know it's about to be Sabbath shortly. See, if I were editing a video, if I were going to AI and fool around with a video, see what you would have to do is take it from, where you got it off of, which is the original clip, and then you would take it and you would run it through another processing program where you would go in, do the edits and whoopty whoopty woo and yada 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 and so on and so forth, right? And then when she finally got it back, okay, because see, boom, she took it, she put the boom. Here's the other file. Now, from one day to the next, you got October 4th, and then you got October, what is it, 5th or 6th? You got two. And then October 25th, Desiree Perez renamed an item. See, in the original, it's 11622 punch, and then in this alternate image, it's 11622, but the punch was in one capital letter and the rest were lowercase. Which means it's the second image that was renamed. Because if you look at the one that was crossed out, it's the original format, it's the original writing. I don't know who's coming through here to troll, baby. I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm really not even focused. I'm so focused on what I'm showing y'all right now. I'm so focused. I wish people were more focused on them likes, because the truth is at this point in time, we should definitely be at 500. It's funny how the numbers is always funny and how the likes is always funny when we busting them up beside their head with reality and the truth. See, there would be no need to rename. See, I want to show y'all how it works, okay? You see where it says 11622 punch underneath me? There will be no name. There will be no reason for her to rename the original. Because, see, if she decided to rename the original and she tried to punch it in the same way and push it in the same way with all caps and all of that, it would tell her that she needed to change something in order to rename it. You would have to change something in order to rename it. No, we got over 300 some odd people in the room, and now we have 305 likes, but we could do a little better with that. They always be playing with the numbers. See, you got to change something. Anytime you go in Google Drive, if you rename a file, if you try to put the exact same lettering that you had in the original title, it will not let you change it. You'll have to change something. So we already know that when she renamed it on the 25th, it wasn't the original video. It's so funny. It's like I'm getting to do this for the second time. We got to do it with the AI video, and now we get to do it with this. And understand this is before the Christmas of 2023, when Demore said, when she said, "You're dead to me as a daughter," and she said, "And you're dead to me as a mother." This is before that. So she had this ready. She had this on deck already. Demore said very clearly in the interview when she sat with us, it was Christmas of 2023. When her and her mom got into it. "You're dead to me, and you're dead to me." This is 2 months before that. And she had been working on that all month. You want to know what else I also find interesting? The time between the swapping of files. That's also very, very interesting. Because whenever she took that second clip, She grabbed the footage from the original files that she got from her security cameras. Then she created a clip which had no audio on it. See, the original file would have had audio because that camera was mic'd for image and sound from what Demore has said to us. The second video had no audio, which is the video that was given to the courts, the video that was given to the authorities to show as some kind of proof that Javon Hadley was DVing Demore. Demore's timeline was very on point, and so is ours right now. Definitely justice for the Hadleys. So let's get this clear. Let's get this straight. That second clip didn't get renamed for a whole nother 3 weeks. You see that? From the time that clip was taken, October 5th, with the one capital letter on the punch and then the lowercase, to the time it was reintroduced into the Google file and renamed. And notice, look at what it has there, no audio. You see that, right? 11622 punch, no audio. Why would you need to label it no audio? While you cross out the other one, because you deleted that one. The only reason to say no audio would mean because the one before it had audio. But I'm looking at that timeline, see? See, I'm looking at that timeline because that's how long it took to remix whatever the original content was on that video file to whatever she wanted it to look like when she presented it. That's how long it took. It took 3 weeks. That was the turnaround time. Want to know what else I find interesting? The original video that I showed y'all, that we did the breakdown on, that had the blurb on it. It was 3 weeks in between the time that that other content creator that I just showed y'all put that one up. The more cleaned up version, the more fluid version. In my opinion, that's how long it takes a tech team to figure things out AI wise. It takes them about 3 weeks to turn a video around to get it ready for presentation. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe I'm going nuts. But if it was 3 weeks between grabbing that original clip, creating the separate clip, and then taking it and reintroducing it with, the renamed item, and then we present the video, we do the AI breakdown video, and then a more polished version shows up on another content creator's channel 3 weeks later. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea at all. Yeah, to make it look as real as possible. I mean, that's what it's looking like to me. Fair use. Exactly. 1976 and all of that. 107, boomty boomty boom, free speech. Yeah. So here we are. Here we are today. And we're not going to be here much longer. And for those who did super chat right now, the only people super chatting is the people that hate us over here and want to come in and say weird stuff. So I guess thank you for your contribution. Um, I think we need to keep the Hadleys in prayer just like we've been doing. No different than what I said at the end of the interview. I do believe that they're going to win. I believe that. Sometimes you have to believe for something in order for it to become something. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate you. But when you're looking at the kind of nefarious and duplicitous actions that Desiree Perez and Rock Nation and all of the other defendants attached to this lawsuit, when you look at all of the stuff that they have going on, and just so you know, oh no, I'm just somebody who cares injustice. I thank you for that, Jan J. I think Hilton Napoleon is brilliant. And I think the investigative team that they have is also amazing, extremely amazing. I take no credit for anything that they're doing. Our job here is to make sure that nobody in the public misses anything, is to make sure that everyone is looking at this thing with their glimmers on real tight and real bright. After everything that just happened with the Diddy trial, the one thing I think the American public needs to know and needs to understand is that we have too many bad actors working in the backdrop of the judicial, law enforcement, and apparently in the medical field as well. We have too many bad actors working together to create terrible circumstances for real people who don't deserve it. Like when you think about how frivolous all of this is and how childish all of this is, this woman is mad that she couldn't get her daughter to stop being with a man that she didn't want her to be with. So she was willing to go above and beyond, above and beyond. And I don't know, that video that I showed y'all from that other content creator, considering that she's literally showing a whole instance of what's supposed to be DV, the only reason YouTube would leave it up according to the guidelines is if they knew it wasn't real. Like that would be the only way that YouTube could justify leaving that video up. It is defamatory and it is slanderous. And by the account of the people involved and all of the, investigations and all of that stuff going on, it is not real. As per what the actual witnesses of what happened have said, it is not real. So either YouTube allowed a violent video showing DV in it to be posted on this site when they be quick to snatch down everybody else's, you know? Or YouTube knows it's not real. So that's a great question. Does YouTube know that this is AI and fake? And that's why they allowed it to stay up on this content creators channel. And understand this, I want y'all to see how they got my name hashtag because they use me Just like the little black bird and hashtagging justice for Demore on her slanderous accounts. This same content creator has done the same thing. Hashtagging my name to make sure that people, when they research me, see this crap. And as you see this person, they have all their social medias. If you want to see who the name is, you can see it up top. Their social medias is tagged up there. I'm surprised it didn't get reported and snatched down. This video's been sitting up there for 2 months. I'm surprised that something, if this is real, why it's still up. Isn't that something? Which is so wild because this version looks so much different than the footage we put up. But the one thing that was the same, as you see, the color on her pants changed in this image as well. My. And see, this is the, hmm, man. I When you think about all of the craziness that has been done to derail justice for the Hadleys, when you think about all of the crazy things that have been said, tell the truth, Blackbird, Demore, lied, and this person teaches AI videos. Yes, apps being used to lie. They do it. They've been doing it to me for years. It's funny. Sometimes the amount of lies that get pushed out about me are so heavy and so thick. People that know that I'm telling the truth and people that know that I'm being honest have to even ask me, "Are you sure?" That's how dangerous this is. It has the ability to just change people's minds. And that's why we're here. So, recap on this update. And just so you know, I'm going to be doing another video, probably me and Odell. We'll probably end up doing it over on Set in the West, where we'll accurately go through all of the documents so you guys can see everything. And for those of you who want to take your time to read through it, you can. But long and short of it, Demore and Javon have come forward. Hilton Napoleon, their attorney, has filed a contempt order against Rock Nation and Sig9 and Desiree Perez and Dr. Bober, and Broward Sheriff Office, and and all of that. Everybody that's involved. Um, they're filing contempt and they're asking for sanctions, just like what was just done to them. They're asking for the same thing. What's interesting though is that the evidence that they have seems a lot more damning to me. Like there was a lot of splitting hairs regarding everything that happened with trying to gag them, shut their mouths. Like I want y'all to think about this. This account was created before it went mainstream. This account was created before the news even got their hands on the story. This account was created literally as things were being set into motion, as soon as, you know, the lawsuit went public. This was created by a sister of one of the defendants. They had every intention, in my opinion, to derail the information, to defame the Hadleys, and to divert the public's interest in seeing this case through to conclusion from jump. That's my opinion. And the evidence seems to be lining up with it. So the question is, considering that Miss Wilson Benson has a social media company and teaches classes on AI, is she the one that was running around to everybody online, passing around that video to get ahead of it? Because let's be clear, this has been up since before Demore and them were doing their interviews. This was already up. Subbing Demore's name, hashtagging the hashtag attached to her case to convince the public away from their facts and their details. Well, I hope that we're not the only ones that's in their corner, Yvonne. We're in their corner because number one, we believe they're telling the truth. And number two, part of the reason why we believe they're telling the truth is because of all of the things that have happened to us. Yeah. And that is a constructive gene question. Yeah, it is. Why is it that the bad guys, so yeah, they filed, and some of the things that we've shared with you today, some of the evidence of what they've been forced to endure and what's been happening from jump before they went to the media. I don't see how the contempt order won't be granted, and I don't see how sanctions won't be applied because they did it first. See, that's what makes this so egregious. Before the gag order was already set in place, they were already ready to come after Demore and Javon for contempt. They had everything all set up. As soon as the gag order went, boom, they want this taken down. They want that taken down. They want this. They want that. They did this. They did that. Look at what they did. Look at what they did. They did this. They did that. This is malicious. This is brutal. This is this. This is that. Oh, God bless you, Lena. They filed for contempt first. And meanwhile, the very things that they complained about are things that they've been doing all along. All along. All along. They've been doing it from jump. Oh, yeah. They jumped on that gag order quick, fast, in a hurry. Because that's what these elitists do. They look for ways to shut you up. And if they can't shut you up, they just find ways to set you up, to trap you up. Look at what has happened to me. Fake case after fake case, constantly being thrown into the blender of law enforcement and the judicial system, keeping you on this, doing that to you, sanctioning you here, doing this to you, all of these things. Even if they got a lie about you and put you in a lawsuit that you ain't got no business being in, it's harassment. We're going to stay at it. We're going to stay on it. But yeah, they tracked down all of these things and even found the evidence of the Google Drive where that terrible video originated and spawned from, which was already there in tuck, waiting to be used against them. Um, for those of you who haven't seen Defending Your Freedom, the Damore Hadley story, please go watch it and stay up with us. Stay up with us as we continue to keep updating. Every time something relevant comes through, we're going to make sure that we come forward with you guys and sit with you guys and just talk it all the way through and make sure that you can see everything. And for those of you who want to see all of the documents, take it. We're going to take it and we're going to put it in a little video and just do a quick recap so that you guys will have all that. And like I said, that's probably going to be over on Satin West. Uh, I don't think, I don't know. Well, I doubt it if it'll be a members only kind of deal. I think we want everyone to be able to see what's going on. But I want you guys to think about that, what I showed you, the two different video files, one that apparently had audio, one that had no audio. Love you, pray for your continued protection. Oh, thank you, Shy. Appreciate you. Uh, I believe that. I believe I am protected, and I believe that all of your prayers keeps me that way. But yeah, as many times as I've been through hell, being targeted and harassed for standing up for what I believe in, standing up for what I love, standing up for what I know to be true, I know that God has me here in this fight to make sure that don't nobody miss what's important. Three things I want y'all to take away from today: the subliminal attack that Jessica Wilson Caddy has enacted, in my opinion, enacted her sister, Heather Wilson Benson, to do, who has a background in teaching AI and has a social media company that actually is credible enough to handle social media accounts for a whole state, even though she was dishonest and said that she was just a concerned citizen from Arkansas with a case happening in Florida, and forgot to mention that her sister is involved. Um, I want y'all to just think about that. Like, just this X account, this Twitter account in itself is not only slanderous and defamatory, but it was created specifically to sub Demore while she attached her hashtag to it to force people to see this and to listen to her version. And like I said, with her background in social media, I'm sure she has all of the right accounts sharing her side of things on much larger scale. See, they're going to try to argue, oh, well, this account doesn't have a lot of followers and this account doesn't have a lot of this and barely that many people saw it. Look at it. It's not even that big a deal. Yeah, but the question is, are they going to research everybody that she shared it with? Because I guarantee you, and that's if there's not a bot farm attached. Because if there's a bot farm attached to this, millions of people could have saw this drivel. Millions. Copying your tactical fashion mode lately and increased leg routine gonna get me through. Oh, listen to me. My I gotta I gotta step it up too. I don't know. The older that I get, the more I just really appreciate being comfortable. Like for real. Like I want to be comfortable. Like I want to be comfortable. I'm not interested in, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that getting dressed up and wearing heels and all of that stuff isn't great and isn't cute and isn't fun. It is, but nah, man, I want to strip it down and keep it comfy and keep it cozy and be ready because I got a feeling this world is changing and we all need to be in the best shape we possibly can because you never know what's coming at you. A lot of curveballs in the future. Thank you, Alina. No, but I want y'all to just keep these things in mind. The two video files, one with audio, one with no audio, the sister, the account, and then the multiple versions being passed around on social media, you know? And it's so funny because that content creator that y'all saw, some of us call it a robot. She's a real nasty piece of work. And just the simple fact, I mean, thank God it was only 5,000 people. And I don't even believe it was all that many people. But they're going to try to say, oh, well, not a lot of people saw it. Not a lot of people saw it. And, you know, I don't believe that because this image, not blurred out, is the same image that was not blurred out in that video. See, the rest of us that shared this video, we have the blurred out version. So, see, her avatar has the not blurred out version, the same. And like I said, that other content creator does a lot of disinformation on X as well, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Now, if Heather Vincent is the one who's been passing around all of this disinformation on social media, and I doubt she's doing it for free. I doubt that. I'm sure, in my opinion, I got every reason to believe she's being paid to do this. That's criminal. That really is, in my opinion. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've been here long enough. I think everybody's got the point. Um, Send prayers up for my son. He would have been 32 today if he was still here. A little older than Javon and Demore. Um, I couldn't imagine getting to the point where I was that entitled and that brazen
I'm
as
sorry, I
to
had to dip out. You see, I had to get the new set in the West.
I see I like.
Yeah, this is the new design. I just got to bolden up a few things. Hold on one second. Plus, I had to go pick up all the other sweaters and all that, sending them out. I'm sorry, but
Awesome.
yeah, I had to dip out because I had to take care of that.
No, I know. We were just here just getting some things clear. I'll fill you in after we finish this here because I was telling everybody that maybe we'll do a recap video that'll be over on Set in the West with just the
Yeah,
documents and just doing a quick run through. So for those who just want to be able to see all of the wording and all of the language and everything that's there. But we wanted to take the time to just walk everyone through the details and the facts here. And then we
yeah,
can short recap over on Set in the West.
yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, and then we can present all of the documents there.
Hold on one second. I'm still
Oh,
here.
oh, I'm sure. So yeah, there goes my favorite co-host. ¿Cómo estás? um, no, but yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys soon. And just remember that don't believe the hype. I I'm just grateful that Demore and Javon have the kind of team that they have around them. They have a really, really, really great attorneys. And they have a wonderful investigative team, you know, but I know it's getting costly for them because this is just a costly thing, all of it, you know. So please, and thank you for that. Yes, happy birthday, Giovanni. If y'all could just say that in your heart. I don't encourage people to go online talking about and stuff like that because there's been so many people that have been so disrespectful with the memory of my son, my children as a whole, my family, all of that. So I keep that now to myself until we're ready to do something. Welcome, Zachary. Welcome to Jag Nation. Um, we got to get the revenue up for everything that we do. So for those who really if you see the fight that people who are in this position have to go through, we appreciate the donations. But if you want to support, please get a sweatshirt, get a T-shirt because it's it's expensive being honest.
We
Honesty
got to,
is very expensive these days.
when we get on set in the West, because I was just talking to my buddy,
Hmm.
we were talking industry stuff, of course. I think I'm going to talk about something that I don't think a lot of people are comfortable talking about, but I'm going to be very coded with what I talk about. And you kind of maybe know a little bit about this in regards to entertainers all of a sudden disappearing and reemerging. We were talking about Eminem
Yeah, he don't look the
in
same either.
2007. He just disappeared, and to come to find out, he had a D-rug overdose.
Mm.
He had like something's of the Reggie, right? Like the heron, right? Like,
Mhm.
but then we started talking about other stuff. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have that conversation, especially with you, because I know you could dive a little deeper. But we could also, of course, talk about. We'll start off with what you said. You'll fill me in, I know, and then yeah, we could go from there.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. The question is, what will people, believe? But I'm not interested in making people believe anything anymore. I'm just, all we can do is present and share what we find with you and let you figure it out for yourself. You know, it's so crazy because once upon a time I had said that it would be great if I could get all of the people that followed me to just donate $1 to my company. And people, oh, she's begging for $1.
A
She's
dollar?
she's begging for $1. But the reason why I said that is because if I could get everyone who believes in me, who really supports me, who follows me, if I could even get a third of that, that would be more than enough money to pay for my legal fees, to be able to get the company off the ground, to be able to put out our own product, to do all the things that we need to do. You know, when you raise a little bit of money at a time, it helps in the short term, but it doesn't help with the long term goal. And yes, you did. Yes, you did. But not necessarily 10 people because you did it here on YouTube. And by the time YouTube takes their money and then the government takes their money, it's more like $4. So for me, it's we need to raise some cash because the truth is if we can't afford to hire a full staff, we need more time. And we don't have enough time. There's not enough. What we got going on right now, it's not enough. It's just not enough. It's not enough coming in for us to be able to do the things that we need to do. So I don't know why, but this morning I had a dream and I was spending time and Giovanni said, Mom, ask the people that support you. Ask your base. He was like, tell them to do it for me. Don't be afraid. And it's wild because honestly, I'm not very big on going to my support and asking them to do things. Like, I think it's because people have labeled me a fraud and a scammer for so long or tried to make a fraud and a scammer out of me that I've been afraid to ask, but nobody else is. People in politics, they get to go and ask their base and they call people multiple times a month. The police, the fraternal order of police, they call people in their base and they ask for money, and half of them they don't even do shit for. Now they'll do stuff for the people that pay the big money under the table, but the people that donate, you know, you may get something to work for you, but and so once a month, I think I'm just gonna have a donor day and ask our support base, those who really support us, how many people do we have on this stream? If 50,000 people show up, if we could get half of those people to just donate $1 and say, Jag, keep going. You know, Jag, we want to see you win. It's because it's insane. I got a bunch of this lawsuit stuff to deal with. All of this stuff is to slow us down to keep us from doing what we're doing. And I've invested a lot and I've sacrificed a lot. And I really haven't asked for what I'm worth. Not at all. Especially when you consider the amount of people that have made so much money off of my name. So going into this Sabbath, my prayer is, I've got millions of views on multiple platforms, multiple channels. If I could get 100,000 people right now in the next month to just donate $1, and understand this, a donation is a donation. People have the right to collect $15,000 worth of gifts without taxation in the United States. So it's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost me anything. It's just a gift. And not only that, we are a nonprofit. We actually are registered. We actually have our paperwork. So whether or not you just want to send a gift or a donation, from here on out, I'm going to start asking. You got a viewer discretion warning? Why? Are you serious? Not your angel? They age restricted this video? What was said and done in this video that will require an age restriction? I know. Everything that we've said and done has been under community guidelines, which pretty much means that whoever has been monitoring this live has been age restricting this live because they don't want the truth to get out. No wonder the numbers are so low today. Our numbers are never this low. Isn't that funny? Hmm. Hmm. No, Angel, it's intentional. You know, something that we've discovered and we've noticed, but I just had to check right quick. Something that we've noticed is that every time we do an update or we title our lives saying it's an update for Demore, the numbers are down significantly. A lot of the times they try to kill the monetization. They don't want the truth to get out. So I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to change the titles. But what I
Well,
will ask is
you see what they the collusion that goes on with, and I was gonna bring that up earlier. How if you got certain people connected with certain entities, media organizations, etc., you ever wonder why the Demore Hadley story on YouTube did not get the numbers like it normally would, even though the barbs and everyone shared it, except you wonder why? Hmm. So yeah, we just gotta move a little bit differently, you know?
I know. The question is why? Why? What are we saying that's so terrible?
If it's got age restriction, we'll just go ahead and we know what we need to do, and then what needs to happen is
Why would it be
we
age
need to get some
restricted?
information. We need to get some information from people behind the scenes. That's what I was talking about, because they're obviously chokeholding this, and it's really for no reason. It's not like we're talking about secret government.
You just cut all the way out. Or maybe we are talking about secret government stuff that they don't want nobody to know about. I don't know, Auntie Leah. I tell you one thing. For this supposed to be a place where the Constitution starts off, and then the First Amendment to be free speech, and people are constantly being suppressed, people are constantly being shut down. Some trolls just bounced. Mm-hmm. Yeah. YouTube is bought and paid for. in my opinion. I think we should wrap this up and I'll holler at you. Because I think we need to try a little experiment. I think we might need to do this again. Just do it in a different way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Talk to you in a few and bye.